What up, world? What up, world? Back again. It is the Country Rap Report. Yours truly, Big XL. You know what it is when you see the Country Rap Report. We'll give you the best in country rap reactions, the best in country rap reviews, the best in country rap hot topics, and the best in country rap interviews. We bring you all the exclusive interviews. They are right here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, salute to you. If you're a last-time viewer, salute to you. All right, now subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. All right, now remember, we do a show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. If you don't join the live chat and become part of the replay gang, then make sure you leave a comment. Say, hey, Vic, I want you to interview this person. Vic, I want you to react to this. Whatever the case may be, get in the comments if you're part of the replay gang and let us know what it is you want covered right here on the Country Rap Report page, and we got you, all right? We're trying to be your source for country rap. We're trying our best, all right? Salute to everybody. We've made it past 300 episodes. Everybody's ever watched the episode, I love you guys. I love you guys. Salute to my team. Shout out to my guy Chief. Shout out to my girl Krika Mariah. All right, again, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when we drop content. And leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the show. That helps improve our algorithm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all know what I like doing. When y'all see me, I like talking to the people. I like getting down to the nitty gritty. I like telling the stories of these champions, the people that are moving and shaking and baking and making this genre what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to bring up a guy. And y'all have heard me talk about this guy all the time. Number one, I've always said I felt like this guy definitely got next. He's hardworking. He's a good-looking guy. He's very easy on the eye. Pause. Pause. I ain't no fruit in the booty, but he's easy on the eye. I know the ladies gotta love him. Good-looking guy, great music, hard worker. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Country Rap Report, Mr. Joe Tyler. What's going on, my
What
G?
up with you, Vic, man? I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling. I'm glad to be here, man. It's a long time coming to get on here on the Country Rap Report, get an interview done, man. I know I've been in a couple of episodes y'all mentioned, earlier whenever y'all first started, man, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for real.
Man, I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled for you to be here. You could be doing anything else right now, but you choose to talk to me for these moments in time, and I will cherish them for the rest of my life.
Nah, you good, man. I'm just chilling. Ain't nothing like that. I'm just chilling.
It's always a moment, baby. It's always a moment.
Hey,
Cheers.
hey, it is. It is, man. It is.
All right, so man, let's get to the nitty gritty. The first thing I gotta ask, and I always, because I want the people, when the people get through watching this interview, I want them to feel like they know who you are. I don't want them
Yeah.
to feel like, damn, he should have asked that. Darn, he should have asked that. I want them to know everything from the beginning to today. So where's Joe Tyler from?
I'm from a small town, Tennessee. It's called White House. It's in a county called Robertson County. That's where I was kind of raised at. I was born in Baptist Hospital in Nashville, and then raised up. It's probably 30 minutes from Nashville, right outside of Nashville, actually. I lived in White House or in Robertson County. Or I stayed in White House up until, I don't know, I was probably 4 or 5 years old, maybe six. And then we moved around. I left White House and went to Cross Plains, which is still in the Robertson County area. I've always stayed kind of within Robertson County, and left from Cross Plains, and then I went to Cheatham County actually for several years of my life. Probably maybe 5 to 6 years. Left Cheatham County, came back actually to my hometown in White House, and finished off my school, and I graduated there in White House.
All right. Now I gotta say, you look kind of athletic. Were you into any form of athletics?
Man, now like I played basketball middle school years. I think it was my fifth, no, sixth and seventh grade year I played basketball. And then I think it was eighth grade or ninth grade, and I told mom I wanted to play football. But we didn't have the money for the pads and all that stuff. So I didn't get to do football.
Like, why'd you let the basketball go?
Man, I don't know. I just it wasn't I really didn't lose any interest in it. I still like basketball. I don't know. I didn't really they always put me on the bench, I wasn't balling. I wasn't out there being LeBron or nothing like
Hey,
that.
look, I ain't gonna lie. I tell my kids all the time. I played all three sports.
Yeah.
But once I got to that high school level, I was on the bench. I promise you, I was on the bench. But there used to be, I'm telling you, bro, I was on the bench. I was getting phone numbers. I, you know what I'm saying? But there used to be this book back in the day before the internet called East Bay. You probably too young to remember East Bay,
Yeah, I remember East Bay. I used to order Jordans from East Bay, bro.
bro.
Yes.
East Bay used to have me looking like the Heisman Trophy. I was the best looking thing on the team because I had a little job. You know what I'm saying? So I looked fly and I never got dirty. All three sports, man. I used to have the flip down visor on the baseball, like the cream I do. Hey, man, I looked the part. When we run on the field, the other team probably would look at me like, "Oh, he the good one." Nah, I was the bench one.
Hey, it's all about putting that in their head, you know. You look good, they start getting scared, like, okay, okay.
All right. So
That's all
hey,
that's about.
I had that sight game. So moving around different parts of Tennessee,
Yeah.
when did you discover first and foremost your love for music?
Okay, so it's kind of odd, man. Music, actually, I started like I've always listened to music, like music. My mom, she had me listening to a lot of classic rock, you know, like Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. And my brother, he's 12 years older than me. He listened to, like, you know, back then it was whenever Eminem just found 50 Cent and Eminem and 50 was popping and all that stuff. So like I was still in my brother's CD. That's kind of where my rap influence kind of came from. Uh, but my overall where I started doing music came from English class, man. When we was going through those times in English where you had to write poetries and stuff like that, you know what I mean? We started writing like poems and stuff, and those poems eventually started turning into like choruses and verses and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, I could write a song. So I was probably, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years old whenever I figured out. I was like, man, I want to do music. I know I was 13. I had to be 11 whenever I first started really writing. And then, because I got my mom actually sent me my first song I ever recorded the other day. I was 13 years old whenever I did that. And I had like a whole little album. I went back and listened to it. My voice is different. Everything. I was like, wow, this is crazy. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, you mentioned Eminem. Who are some of your influences?
Oh, man, 50 was probably one of my biggest influences. Um, just because like he was popping around that time. That's where a lot of like my rap, you know, influence come from. Definitely a big part of it came from, you know, Eminem, 50. Um, I listen to a lot of Hank, man. Hank Williams is that's like the party side of me. I feel like, you know, Hank was wild.
Right.
My mom, she used to listen to a lot of Hank Williams Jr. Her and my stepdad, they stay up to, you know, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning shooting darts, sipping on whiskey, have Hank cranked up. You know, that's just how it was like when I was growing up. That was on a weekday. You know what I mean?
All right. How did your family feel when you told them you wanted to do music?
Well, my mom, like everybody, my mom, she supported me since day one. She was like, "Well, that's what you want to do. That's cool." And she heard me cuss in one of my songs, and her jaw dropped. You know, 14-year-old boy come to her with a cuss word in the song. She said, what the hell? You know what I mean? But yeah, she didn't like that part of it, and then but she grew onto it or whatnot. But there's been a couple people in my family that's like, man, you know, you got to chase something that's more realistic. You know, get your career out here. You know, do something. So that's what I did. I went out here. I got a trade. I'm an electrician, and then, you know, I do my music, and now my music's it's doing pretty good, man.
Okay. Um, what was that like making that decision to not do music 100% first and getting that trade? Because some people just gonna chase that dream no matter
Yeah,
what. So what
yeah.
gave you that balance?
It's the it's the realization of like reality, you know, because like there is so many artists out here that is making music and they're working their ass off to make music, and like you can have your own studio in your house. I got my own studio in my house. It's so easy to be an artist nowadays and make music and put it out there on platforms for everybody to listen to. So like the chances is kind of high. I mean, not high. It's kind of low for like somebody to actually, break through and connect to that fan base, because you got so many people out here that's listening to new people. They don't know who's coming out next. You know what I mean? And I gotta make a living. Gas is going up, food's going up. I gotta pay rent. So like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna work, do what I got to pay my bills, and then when I get off work, I come home. I've invested in my studio. That way, I don't have to pay for time to get things recorded. It's kind of cheaper on that end of me. You know what I mean? I can sit in here and I can find me a couple guys, send it off, get it mixed and mastered, and you know that's that's kind of helped me out a lot.
Okay. Um, the name Joe Tyler, is that your real name?
Yeah, it actually is. So I went through I went through a couple names. I started, like I said, I started doing music when I was 13. And I was on Jefferson Street in Glendora's Ballroom, 14 years old, performing. And I went by Lil T. That was my first name that I ever had. And I changed it up. I went by a couple other different names. And then as some things happened in life, me and this girl got together. And, uh, well, she got pregnant, this, that, and the third. And I quit doing music because I was fixing to be a family man. I had to focus on making sure the kid was gonna have diapers and food, and we got a house to stay
Yep.
in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then a year and a half later, after the child was born, found out the child wasn't mine, and I was like, all right, then me and her, we had our falling out. And so I sat at the house alone, all bored, didn't know what the fuck to do anymore because I was like, man, music. So I started getting back into music
All right. So
again.
look,
And
I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta stop you there. You are the second rapper I've talked to in the past 30 days with that story. I talked to an artist. His name is Homeboy. Um, he's a hip hop artist, and he actually was with a girl in 2 years, 2 years, and found out one day it wasn't his. So, if you don't mind, because that is something that's been a topic I've talked to people about. First and foremost, so you doing everything you can do to be A1 dad.
yeah,
How did she tell you?
well, she didn't tell me.
What?
A rumor, small town rumors. You know how it is. Everything flies in a small town. So things go around. It's like whoop de doo, this, da, 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 and find out it's like it was my homeboy. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn,
Did you
for
ask her?
real. I asked her. I asked her, and then she's like, "It's a possibility." That's what she told me. So like, she went out to work. My ass then ran down to the Walgreens, got me a little home DNA test.
Yeah.
Whoop de whoop, did the thing, and it was like, whoa, it fucked me up. It fucked me up.
Did it tarnish the friendship between you and the dude?
I mean, I still run into him occasionally, but like,
Yeah.
like we ain't cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't like I'm finna throw him in my passenger seat. We're gonna go down the road and kick it or nothing.
No, no doubt. So you're sitting there, you're going through this, and that has to be heartbreaking. That's 12 months of your life that you just devoted to something that wasn't real. Were you able
Yeah,
to put some of that pain into the music? Did you ever make any songs about it?
I never really put that because I'm not like a pain writer. I did one song called Changes, talking about changes and stuff that I went through in life. Because at a point in my life, I was an addict, and I went through all kind of drugs, man. I was in and out through all kind of things, and I've been homeless, all kind of stuff, and so from that point, I realized, man, I got to do something better. You know what I mean? And like all the music that I try to do, I don't try to put anything negative. I try to put something out there positive, man, because we got a lot of negativity going on in this world right now, and I want people to feel like there is things that you could talk about. There's problems. There's all kind of problems, but it's easier to talk about a problem than there is a solution. You know what I mean? Because if I ask you right now, how many problems you got going on? What's a problem? You can sit there and list off 20, but if I ask you how to fix a problem, it's gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's our minds are kind of trained that way.
Yeah, we're
I
we're
don't know.
trained we're trained to complain, but we're not
Yeah,
really trained to offer suggestions to fix stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like if I put a message out there to try to, make somebody smile, or like, even though I ain't got no money right now, my bills got paid, I got gas, I got a vehicle, or I can still get back and forth whether I don't have a vehicle. I got somebody help me, like, there's something to always be thankful and, appreciative about.
So look, man, I was talking to some people, letting them know I was going to interview you, right? And I
Hmm.
have a female fan. And I know you told me that you're in a situation, but I had a female fan that said you were voted best looking in country rap. How does that make you feel to know that?
I didn't know that.
I'm the
That
first
ma-
to tell you.
that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good.
Okay,
Hey,
okay. I don't
that
know
makes
who
me
came
feel
in
good.
second, but I'm telling you, I could show you the message. She said, "Listen, tell Joe Taylor he is the best looking in the genre of country rap." So I'm just relaying the message.
Well, I appreciate that.
All
I
right, she will.
appreciate that.
She'll be in the chat. So you said, "Hey, Joe said you're welcome. Thank you." So Joe, you mentioned going through like different addictions. Um, at what point in your life, like, because now you basically go from high school, you start doing music at 14, you go through a situation with a female blaming a child on you. Did the
Hmm.
addiction come after that situation, or
No, the addiction was before then. Um, I started smoking pot, real early in my life, and I don't know. I started. It was probably, I think I was like 17, into 16, 17, going on to 18, all the way up till I was about 22. I was really thrown off on just about whatever, whatever there was. My main thing was the Xanaxes, man, and I'm glad I got them kind of past me.
what was it,
Um,
what helped you get it together? Because if you hadn't told me that, Joe, by every video I've ever watched by you, because I'm a fan, by
yeah,
how you look on this screen, I would call you a liar. If someone told me that, I'd be like, no, not Joe, not Joe.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's more the surroundings and seeing what there was around me. There was a lot of people I realized they didn't have shit because of the path that they traveled, and I really needed. Looking in the mirror, I had teeth that was fucked up, and I was like, man, like when you start seeing that shit, man, you're just like, damn, like okay. I gotta change some shit up, man. Like my life is going downhill. If I don't change this now, I'm gonna be like this forever. I'm gonna be that guy holding the sign at the end of the road asking for pennies. You know what I mean? And I was too young for that shit. I went through a lot of stuff. My dad died whenever I just graduated. I think I was 17 when my dad died, and so that kind of it didn't. I'm not gonna say it played a part. I'm not gonna blame the whole my father passing because I was on things before my dad even passed. But whenever it hit, it kind of took it down another road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but man, 17 years old, leaving high school, basically entering manhood and losing your dad, man, that's got to be, you know, something serious though, because that's who you're going to look to for that manly advice. So
Yeah,
my dad's still here, so I can't imagine, what that would be like at 17 years old, especially if he's been in your life day to day. He's kind of like the roadmap to the shit you've been to go through. So I can imagine
yeah,
how that could play on you. So this is my thing, dealing with some of the things you've dealt with, bro, from addiction to a false baby, a baby being blamed on you. How have you been able to maintain such positive music? Now we just spoke on it's easy to blame and it's easy to talk about the negative, but bro, how are you able to say, you know what, I'm gonna still do this music and I'm gonna make people smile?
man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think I went through a lot of pain myself, and I don't want people to feel the pain like that I went through. So like, if I know that I can lift somebody up with like, making them smile or making them laugh or like, hey man, I relate to this or something like that, then I'm gonna try to put that message across. I ain't never really had nobody ask me that question. That kind of hit. It kind of
Yeah.
hit, man.
Hey, thank you, thank you. I said I want people to know when they get through, we're creating fans. I want people to
Yeah,
know that listen to more than just good music. They're listening to a sincere, honest man who's putting his heart through his pen and paper and giving us this entertainment. So we're gonna go back to 14. You on the stage, you doing your thing. Were you dope at 14?
Man, like I went back and listened to him. I was like, wow. I actually showed somebody. He was like, dude, this is not you. 13 years old. I was like, yes, it is. He's like, that sounds like Wu-Tang Clan. I was like, bro, it kind of does. Because like, I don't know, like the first studio that I went to, it was my mom's friends. They had turntables down there in the basement. And this is kind of like how I got into the whole. I didn't know that there was like beats out there, like instrumentals, words without the words on the tracks. You know what I mean? Whenever he had a Nas instrumental, he's sitting there playing it and it had no words on it. And I've heard the song before and I was like, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting there listening to the beat and I started doing like little freestyles to it. And his name was Johnny and he was like, bro, and he was already doing like he's been doing music, so I guess he was in high school, but you know, it was him and his buddy Bling, and they would go to clubs and DJ for them and do MC ciphers and things of that stuff, like a lot of underground things. And I went down there and he was playing that Nas instrumental. I started freestyling a little bit, and then Bling had like a little home studio. It's still up over there to this day. I went over there actually and seen it, and it was like took me way back when I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then mom sent me that song that I did when I was 13. It actually recorded at that studio. It was around the same time. I was like, okay, that's kind of wild. Everything's looping back around. But yeah. Um but 14, that's whenever I went out. I was I the Glendora was kind of wild for me. Everybody in there was like 28, 30, 40 years old, and I'm in there 14. And the only reason I got in there was actually because of Johnny. Johnny would DJ for him during the weekends. They would have it was a little promotion company called We Battle, and they would have like ciphers and have artists come up and battle each other, and then people would perform and stuff, and they would rent that venue out, and they do it like every other weekend or every weekend. And I was down there at least once once a month for like probably 5 months, and then somebody eventually was like, "Hey man, you're too young to be in here. You got to get out." And I was like, "Okay, I gotta go." you know.
Okay. Um, at what point do you feel like you start to take it serious and start releasing music commercially?
Okay, so that was after the breakup. I had stuff released prior my toes and kind of learning. Okay, you can distribute. This is what you can do here. You can do this over here. It's like me kind of scoping the map out, you know. But seriously, yeah, it was about 3 years ago. It was after the breakup. I think it's going on 4 years maybe now.
Mhm.
After the breakup, I started writing again, and I went and recorded a song, and I I ran into Chase. Me and Chase Matthews, we'd been friends for probably 6, 7 years now, maybe a little bit longer than that. But we was kicking it then, and then later on, we winded up kicking it after the breakup. We kind of looked back around. He was in the music scene, and I'd start writing again. So it kind of inspired me to jump back in the music scene and, start recording and doing things again. And I was like, man, what am I going to go by now? So I started thinking, I was like, I'm not fixing to do nothing crazy. I ain't, I was like, I'm just going to go original. My first name's Joseph. My middle name's Tyler. Joe Tyler, put them together. It was like, that's me. So I was like, I kind of dug down. I was like, I'm from a small town right outside of Nashville. Had a rough life, and these are my influences. This is what I've been around my whole life. I'm just gonna put it together. If they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, fuck them. You know.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Joe Tyler sticks, bro. That's to me top 10 dopest names in the genre.
I
Like I ain't
appreciate
gonna
it,
lie.
man.
I love that name, Joe Tyler. Like I think that name makes me want to listen to you. Like when I
Yeah,
see Joe Tyler, it makes me want to listen.
I actually and I got the somebody had called me Joe Tyler. I forgot who it was. They called me Joe Taylor at first because they knew my first name was Joe, and I didn't like to be called Joe at first. And they called me Joe Taylor, and they was laughing about it. Ha ha ha, Joe Taylor. And I was like, quit calling me that. Quit calling me that. And that's kind of like it ringed on me. I was like, Joe Tyler. Yeah, let's do it. But Tyler's my real name. Joseph is my first real name. It's just I put them together, and it ringed on me. And I was like, that does sound pretty good.
And it looks good without the E. It looks
Yeah,
good without
yeah.
the E.
I wanted to be different, man, because like you look up or you hear the name Joe or you look up Joe's, you see the Joe on there,
Mhm.
and I was like, let's add some swagger to it, man. Let's take the
Okay.
E off of it, drop it, you know.
All right, you mentioned Chase. Do you have a working relationship with Chase?
Uh, Me and Chase, man, we're pretty cool. We wrote a couple together and in the process of writing, we hang out occasionally. Probably he comes into town, I go over and see him whenever he comes into town, kick it with him, say what's up, stuff like that.
Yeah, his blow up. He's definitely doing his thing. Shout out to Chase.
Oh man, yeah, he's doing his shit, man. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, man. Very talented dude.
So, at what point in your career, or at the very beginning, did you embrace the genre of country rap, or did you even know there was a genre called country rap?
So, I mean, I've heard of Upchurch, I've heard of Colt Ford, but like not until I got into it, and I didn't know like the FJ Outlaws, Dusty Lee. I didn't really know of the genre. I knew of Upchurch, Colt Ford, and like the first person that I would have thought of before would have been Kid Rock. You know what I mean? When it comes to
Right.
country rap, I consider like Kid Rock probably one of the pioneers of country rap. And my dad, he listened to Kid Rock quite often. So did my mom and Everlast. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Man,
Uh,
I know Whitey Ford. Stop
yeah,
playing.
yeah. Everlast. I mean, like back then they didn't know what to call it, but now you look at it, he definitely falls in that lane. You know what I mean?
So the thing a lot of people don't know about Everlast, Everlast is probably responsible for a top 10 hip hop classic. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah. Jump around.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
waiting. I want someone, and maybe you can do it. I'm a firm. So, we're at hip hop is 50. I want to see country rappers go get some classic hip hop records and
Mm-hmm.
make them their own. I would love to hear a country rap jump around. I would
Yeah.
love, man, I would love to hear. You remember Two Live Crew? You're young, but Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
I would love.
They nasty,
Oh,
boy.
hey, I would love to hear some country rap. I think some type of mesh between the two will bridge. I mean, first of all, because country rap comes, you can't be country rap and not know about hip hop. If you do, I don't
Mm,
know how that's possible. But
you can't do
I
it.
think at 50 years old, I would love to see someone do a country rap jump around, or some of
Yeah.
these records. I think that'll be
That
dope.
I think that would be cool. I have done a couple spins on like some songs that was like popping during my generation, like of like I mean, I guess like middle school, high school, like your chain hang low, the way I live, things like that. You know what I mean? I guess 2000 eras. I've
Yeah.
done my own little spins on those before, and they're out on YouTube and Truck Ride Highs. It's out everywhere. And I've done my little own country rap spin to them just because, like, that's what I grew up listening to. And I wanted to kind of put where I'm from or how I do things and incorporate it into those songs.
So, so when you were 14, did you consider your music country rap, or you consider
No,
it just
when I was 14, like it was more of kind of like it was very like 90s hip hop.
okay?
It was kind of like definitely Wu-Tang. You heard maybe a little 50 in there. It was definitely more 90ish.
Okay. All right. So Joe, I want to go through some of these songs, man, because you have a song that is probably one of my go-to songs. But I want to just talk about some of these releases. So you hit the flow running with TriStar Outlaw in
Yeah.
2020. What was that about?
TriStar Outlaw. that was my first dive into country rap, and that's when I was like, man, I'm finna do this shit. What am I gonna do? Um, Hell, let's just talk about where I'm from and how I live. And I went on YouTube, found a beat, and I was like, this beat goes hard. And I was out of town. I was working in, where was I? I think I was in Louisiana actually, doing a job for Verizon. And I was sitting outside of the hotel on the company truck. I sat on the bed and had me a little shot of whiskey. And I was sitting out there and I started writing. And I tapped away, and it took me probably, I say maybe 45 minutes to write the song. And then as soon as I wrote it, hit up the guy that I used to record through back whenever I was, you know, younger. I was probably 14. His name was Dev, and Dev never answered. And so I hit up another guy named Brass Fingers. He recorded me. I went in there, we knocked it out, and I played it, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker's hot. So I took a little snippet of it and I put it on my Snapchat, and then like it's everybody was like going crazy over it, and like it wasn't like viral, but I was like, for a first song, just put Joe Tyler out there. Nobody's ever heard this guy before, and I'm sharing it out there. Everybody's just like giving me positive feedback, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna set a release date 3 months out, and let's see what it does. And I started pushing it as soon as I did that, man, and it dropped, and it had like 1,000 plays on it within like 3 days. And I've never done that before. Whenever I tried doing music in the past, I never it take me 2 years to get 1,000 plays. You know what I mean?
Right.
And 1,000 plays in 3 days, I was like, oh shit, I'm on. And I guess it just gave me the boost to keep going. You know what I mean?
All right. I okay. So I'm gonna skip 2020. I'm gonna skip around because I'm not gonna go every song. I'm just gonna go songs that I really grasp.
I got you.
Bills got paid, and
Bills
that
got
thing
paid.
resonates with me. Bills got paid because that is my favorite Joe Tyler song. My favorite Joe Tyler video. I love. We reviewed that record. That record made me compare you to Nelly. Cause
Oh shit! I ain't never got that one before. That made me feel good. That made me
bro,
feel good.
there are three artists. There are three artists that I feel like have the potential to take it to that Nelly level. Um, and I've always said this since I started the Country Rap Report. Austin Tolliver, Dusty Lee, and Joe Tyler.
Oh shit!
And
Hell yeah!
I love that. When we reviewed that record, I love that record. Tell me about Bills Got Paid, man, because everybody needs to be able to relate to that bitch.
Yeah, that's what it was kind of about, man. Like I just went through the breakup. Me and old girl was paying the bills together, all this other stuff, and I was like, man, these bills are getting hard. Everybody's out here struggling to pay bills. I think this was shortly after like things started dying off the corona pandemic thing, you know what I mean? And it was a struggle for a lot of people, and I was like, it's the first of the month and my bills got paid. And then like the record, I kind of like came up with the melody in my head, and then I had a homeboy of mine, he was a producer, and he sent me a couple beats over in a pack. And I was like, bro, and I sung along this first of the month, and my bills got paid to one of the records he sent me, and it like went perfect with it. And I was like, bro, I hit him up. And I was like, we got to go like record this. And all I had was the hook, I think, at the time, and I finished writing the verse in the studio, and then I kind of freestyled the rest of the hook. I only had like a little piece of the hook. And the I'll be okay, yeah, like that part that keeps dragging out. I didn't know what I was gonna put right there, so I was like, let's just be harmonic with it, because I never really sung anything before. I've always rapped. That's kind of like my first time getting in there, really singing something. Um, uh, and it kind of, as soon as I listened to it, man, I was like, the serotonin and everything releases. Everybody can relate to that. I was like, this is such a good, like, happy, positive song. Everybody's gonna like this one, man. And I'm surprised it didn't grasp like, get grasped like Cocky did or something like that. Because I feel like everybody can get down with that one, man.
bro. When I seen the video, I literally was saying, did this man literally take the film crew to work with him? Like you sitting on the tree, you got the work vest on, the hard hat. Like what did you direct that yourself? Like how did you even come up with that concept?
So the concept actually came from Uh, Chase came up with the concept. I showed him the song. He was like, "Bro, we gotta get a video for it." And his guy, James West, was in town. That shot a couple of his videos. And he's like, "James is in town. Let's go ahead and go shoot the video for right now. I got this farm over at my friend's house. We can go do it there." And then he was like, "You ever chop the tree down before?" And I was like, "Man, I've used the axe and chopped wood, but I ain't never really chopped the cut a tree down." He's like, "Well, you gonna do it today?" And I was like, "Fuck, all right, let's go." So we went out there, and this one bitch, I looked up at it. I was like, "Man, if I don't run, this motherfucker's gonna fall on me." You know what I mean?
So you
So that
literally
was,
chopped the tree down.
yeah, I actually cut the tree down, but that was my first time cutting the tree down, and I was like, "Okay, all right, then let's do it. Anything for the video." You know what I mean?
Bro, you should have auctioned off some of the tree bark.
I,
You you should have took tree bark and put it in bags and sent it to your fans, people who downloaded the song or some shit, bro. Man, I ain't gonna lie. That song made me fall in love with your style and your music because I'm like that there. If you don't relate to that song, something wrong with
yeah, you ain't living right.
you. No, no. Your
He
bills.
said,
If you ain't relate to that song, it's because your bills ain't paid.
yeah.
Your ass,
You ain't
your
got
ass,
no water, no lights right now.
hey, you looking at the phone like I don't know that number.
Yeah.
I don't
For
answer them
sure.
800 numbers. Hey, summertime. Talk about summertime because I love summertime. And one of my favorite songs in hip hop history is "Summertime" by Will Smith. Actually, Fresh Prince at that time. But I like your "Summertime."
So
How did your
summertime,
"Summertime" come about?
I got a buddy of mine named Tucker, and every summer, man, we would go out to the lake, and he's got a boat, and like he's religiously takes his boat out. And sometimes it gets to wintertime, he'll take his boat to Florida just to be on the boat. Well, we'll go out every summer. We'll hit Percy Priest, or we'll go to the Cheatham, or we'll hit the what's the name of it? The it's on top of my head. Anyways, we go out there, we hit the body of water, and then he was like, "Man, you gotta have a song about riding on the boat, something for the summertime." And I was like, "Man, I got you." And then like it was probably 6 months later, I was scrolling on YouTube, and I seen Jake Angel beats, and I clicked on it, and I listened to this beat, and I was like, "Bro, this is hard." And I started like humming, like kind of like a melody to it. And then the words started eventually coming out. And I was like, cruising on, like, and I was like, oh, cruising on water. And I was like, that's it. We're gonna do a boat song right now. So I called Tucker up. I was like, bro, I got you right now. I'm working on it. And it probably took me maybe, I say that one took me about an hour, 20 minutes to write. And I was done with it. And I was ready to go out there and get it done recorded.
All right, I'm gonna jump all the way up to well, two more songs I want to talk about. I want to talk about "Just My Type." What's your type?
Man, my type,
Cause you were
I
voted.
want
You were voted. You were voted best looking country rap artist. So be careful. Be careful.
I want it's natural. I don't really have like a hair preference. But I just want something natural, somebody that's independent, and somebody that's proud of who they are. That's confident in themselves.
Okay.
I mean, like there's not really too much for me.
Okay.
I'm not too picky.
So I've noticed, man, up until Cocky, there were really no major features. Was that done
Yeah,
by design? Was that done by design?
not like I didn't really want to be that guy that it kind of blew up because of going out here doing features and stuff like that. I wanted to put my own works out, especially because I was a fresh artist. I wanted to get a bunch of my originals out, you know what I mean? And Cocky was going to be an original song. I was not going to get a feature on that. Um,
About.
so I was kicking it over one of my homeboys' house, and Kid G was there. Who else was there? Kid G, Ryan Charles, and Chase was there. And then Colt Ford comes walking in the door, and we're all kicking it.
Time out, time out, time out, time out. Hold on. Joe, Joe, stop goddamn playing. You hanging out with Kid G, Chase, Boot Scooting Boogie, Ryan Charles. You acting like you just hanging out at the barbecue, bro. You hanging out riding some big dogs. I'm just saying, you just tried to slide that by. Ron Charles was on a television show. Damn near could have won with the boot school boogie. I fuck with
Yeah,
Ron Charles too.
hey,
Like,
he's hard, man. He's a cool individual, man. He's real cool people. He's very funny person. Very
okay,
funny.
I'm sorry, bro. You just tried to slide that past these people like you were hanging out with Roscoe, Tommy, and Shane.
He's,
No, come on, bro. You up there rubbing elbow with the big dogs. Okay, so
yeah,
y'all hang.
we was kicking it, was all showing each other music and stuff, and I had played changes for him, and they hadn't been released at the time, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's dope, kids over there." He's like, "Man, that's hard." Colt Ford's like, "Man, we're gonna have to do some work together." You know, we all exchanged numbers and stuff, and then I reached out to Colt and I was like, "You trying to do some work?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, send me some stuff over." And I sent him, I was gonna send him 3 songs over, and I sent him Cocky. And as soon as I sent him Cocky, he was like, "Bro, that's it." And then it was probably maybe 4 hours later, he sends me a voice memo of him sitting there rapping it, and I was like, "Bro, all right, this is hard." And I was like, "Go get that recorded. I need the stems. We're gonna see what we can do." And I tried to push. I tried to drop Cocky like a year before I even released it, man. And it got denied actually from distribution for some kind of reason. I don't remember what the reason was. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Well, then I switched distribution companies, and then I went to upload Cocky, and everything went through, and I was like, oh shit, okay. And it went through, man, and it took off.
Okay, man, I love
It
that
took
record.
off.
What was it like
Huh?
working? I love that record. What was it like working with an OG like Colt?
I mean, it was really cool, man. The video, that was a good time. We went out, we had a bite to eat and stuff. He's a cool cat, very humble. He's funny as hell, man. Um, I got a lot of respect for Cole. He still reaches out to me. We talk back and forth pretty often, check up on each other. You know, hey, what's up? How things going? Things like that. He's a cool cat, man.
Um, do you feel like you learned anything, or was it anything? Did he drop any jewels, any gems that you'll be able to take on further in your career?
Man, he's just really been telling me, he's like, man, keep doing what you're doing. You're grinding, you're shining. And I was like, I appreciate you, man. So it's kind of like the feedback I've been getting is, man, just keep doing what you're doing. So I ain't let that down. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing.
You ain't doing nothing wrong, bro. I promise you ain't doing nothing wrong. All right,
I appreciate it.
2020. So you got a record coming out in about from the day we dropped this in about 16 days. Let's talk about the joint you got coming out. What's it titled?
It's called Ain't No Tomorrow. This song, man, it's another one for the haters. I mean, everybody's got somebody that tries to shut them down, try to talk down on them or whatever. So it's basically like, I ain't worried about what nobody's got to say about me. I'm gonna do my own shit and, focus on me and, you know, do my own thing. And I'm gonna live life like there's not gonna be no tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's basically the breakdown of it. It's a real good one, man. It's been on TikTok, man. It's been already a couple thousand people already make a video using the sound before it's even released. So I mean, that's really great to see.
Okay. Um, how do you feel like the internet era has helped or hurt artists? What is
Bro,
your thought on the internet era?
man, okay. So I wasn't way back then, but I did push the CD route. This was back when I was younger, like 15, 16, 17, and I was recording my music then. I did do the burn the CDs, have a stack of burnt CDs, write your Sharpie on them, and have them in the sleeve, sitting outside of a store. Hey, would y'all take donations for these? I did that, man. Out the trunk hustle, I did it. And the it's basically the walk of shame, man. Because the amount of people that turn you down versus the amount of people that takes a disc is it's crazy. But the internet, man, I love it because so many people can see it. You got so many different varieties of everybody, different cultures, different everything. You can reach different countries. It's just it helps us out a lot, especially TikTok, man. TikTok and YouTube and all your social media stuff. I mean, it can be a downside to some points in life, but like I said, you always got to find a positive in something, man. And I mean, yeah, they could probably track you where you at, but hell, they gonna know where you at anyways. You know what I mean? That's a given. It's just gonna happen. But as far as the music, man, it makes it so much easier for artists. I feel like to sit there and promote themselves and reach out and gain a new fan base and do everything, man.
Is TikTok your favorite form of social media?
TikTok is probably one of my most used social medias that I use as far as promoting my music. I get on everything. I try to stay on my Facebook and my Instagram page pretty regularly. But as far as TikTok, man, just the tools and stuff that they have on there, they make it so easy for artists, man. So easy.
Okay. Um, at this point in your career, what has been your highest high and your lowest low? Or let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. If the book closed today on Joe Tyler, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the one accomplishment you've accomplished at this point? What that would be your high. I'm the proudest of this at this point, and this has been the hardest thing about doing this at this point. So
Okay. Okay. So my high, I would say was a million streams. That was kind of a big goal for me, was a million streams. We have went way surpassed that now, and I'm thankful for everybody out there that pushes me and supports my music, man. It means a lot. That was probably my high. Uh, the thing that hit me down low, um, losing people along the way. I feel like people that was on board, part of the team, and losing people along the way. They kind of you put a lot into them and a lot of in the things that's going on. That's probably been the low for me.
okay, okay. And I didn't ask this. I want to ask this because two things. Number one, at this point, you haven't dropped a full length EP or album. Is singles your route, or is there an album coming?
So I'm still wishy washy about it. I keep talking to myself like, man, right now would be a good time for me to drop an album. I'm like, no, they need to wait. So I'm in that battle with myself, you know what I mean? I haven't
Okay.
really figured out. I do want to put out I would like to put out a big project later. I don't know if it'd be an EP, an album, or whatnot, but I would definitely like to give them a project here soon. I don't know how soon. Soon is a big word, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it is.
right now we're pushing singles for sure.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad at singles. Singles is to me low risk, but you can get a big reward.
Hmm.
Big reward. Next question I meant to ask you earlier. How have you been able to create your sound? Like, has it been hard for you to create your sound, find producers to match your sound? Like, how do you go about picking beats?
It basically to my ear. I don't know, like if I go through and I find a beat, I'll be like, okay, that's hard. That's not. If my head's bopping to it straight off the rip, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna write something to it. And whether I put it out or whether I don't put it out, sometimes I get into stuff and I just do little stuff for shits and giggles to get my creativity flowing. And it's just something that sit on my laptop forever.
Okay. One artist you would love to work with.
Jelly roll.
Woo!
The
That'll be
Jelly Roll. Actually, it's kind of weird because like my mom sent me a picture today. Back whenever I was doing music, when I was 15, 16, I don't remember how old I was. I ran into Jelly Roll and Struggle whenever Struggle first got out of prison.
Mhm.
And we got a picture, and I shared it to everybody on my Facebook today. Young Joe Tyler, but I was in the middle of Jelly Roll and Struggle, and I was like, man, what would it take for me to get a song with y'all? Jelly Roll tells me, he's like, man, I'll do a song with you for free if you just put $500 in Struggle's pockets, because Struggle just got out of prison, so I was gonna get a feature from Struggle and Jelly for $500. I was like, what? Let's do this. This is like when Jelly's Nashville, he's rapping back then.
Right.
He ain't even thought about country music yet. Um, and I winded up, we was all in the Tahoe sitting there kicking it and stuff. Me and Jelly, he rolled one up. We're sitting there blowing one. And then next week I gotta go to probation, and I failed my probation because I smoked with Jelly Roll. So there's a story.
Hey,
So
Jelly.
that feature never did happen. I wound up going to jail and serving like I think it was 30 days, but I only had to do 15 because of I think it was the good time or whatever it is I forgot what it was. I think it was 15 days I wound up serving, but I didn't get the feature from Jelly. I lost contact with him and everything. Kind of
Well,
kind
hey,
of
look,
pissed me off.
Bunny and Jelly tend to sometimes hit that like button. So, Jelly, if you or Bunny are watching, my guy Joe Tyler did 30 days because of that Blizzard out smoke. He wanted that feature. He was trying to
Hey,
scrape it up. Come double back and get my dude, man. Double
yeah.
back and get my
Hey, let
dude.
me get that.
Let him
I'm
get that.
cashing in. Let me cash in real quick.
Come on, Jelly. You in Walmart buying your CD. You giving out money at the Whataburger. Come back and get my dude Joe Tyler. He did 15 days for you, big dog. Come on, Jelly. We know you're a man of the community. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey
No, yeah,
man.
that's funny.
Hey, that's dope though. Hey man, again, man, I completely appreciate you giving me this opportunity. Hopefully we've brought the people up to speed with Joe Tyler. Was there anything we missed?
Nah, man, I think he kind of covered pretty much everything up to this point. Even the single we got coming out, man. Make sure y'all go pre-save that.
All right, tell them the name of the single again.
Ain't No Tomorrow. It is available for pre-save on Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. It will be out January 19th, guys. Make sure y'all go look for it. It's a dope one. Don't want to miss it. For
Hey man,
sure.
when I come to your town, what's the spot I need to hit? I like hot wings.
Princess.
Pritch's.
Princess.
Okay. Oh, let me say
Princess
this.
Hot Chicken.
Let me say, are you in Nashville? You're in Nashville, right?
I'm right outside of Nashville. Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes from it.
I'm gonna plug you in right now.
All right.
My dude, shout out my dude Kason. Are you familiar with Vanderbilt University?
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
know a
this is
little bit
why.
around the area. Yeah.
Okay, so this is why I do what I do. I came from hip hop. I still do hip hop, but I'm all about networking. I'm not afraid to mention people's name and help people. My
Yeah.
dude, shout out Kason at the Rural Rager. The Rural Rager is a country rap show that is affiliated with the Country Rap Report that airs on Vanderbilt University. On the 19th, I'm going to make sure he drops your joint. And if you're interested in interviewing with my guy Casey between now and the 19th on Vanderbilt University, I got you.
Hit me up. I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
And
I'm
and and,
ready.
and my guy is in charge of doing shows at Vanderbilt. So hopefully we can make a Joe Tyler show happen on the campus of Vanderbilt University.
Let's go. Yes, that'd be crazy, man. That'd be
That's
crazy.
why
Let's do it.
That's why I do this. That's why I do this to bridge people together and
For
see
sure, man.
everybody.
Yeah, for
Joe,
sure. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need people to grow, man. Quit shutting people down. Quit pulling people off the ladder. Let's climb together, y'all. You know what I mean?
have you
That's
ever been
all it
hated
is.
on?
Every day, man. I got hate comments for days, bro. I'm fixing to actually, I'm fixing to actually
What?
post some of them, I think, in a video of mine. So y'all be
Somebody
watching out for
hate
that.
on you?
Huh?
People hate on you?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. They call it, man, Facebook be going crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all
Oh,
want some
I don't follow you on
entertainment,
Facebook.
if y'all want some entertainment, go to my Facebook page, check out some of my comments, go laugh your ass off, okay?
You know what? It's mostly men, ain't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's mostly men. It's the ones that ain't got no profile picture, or it's just a picture of their truck or their dog. That's mainly the people that is the
You know
ones
why
that
they
saying
hating?
shit.
You know why they hating? Cause
Because
they
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 want the
see
position.
no, they seen that you were voted best looking in the genre of country rap, and they scared you gonna take that girl. They scared Joe. They scared of you, Joe.
Hey,
And their bills ain't paid, and they watching their phone, dodging 1-800 numbers, Joe. They Joe, fuck them, Joe,
he said, "Fuck 'em."
fuck them, Joe,
Hey,
fuck them. Ugly
hey,
asses,
I'm with it. I'm with
Joe.
it.
It's been an honor and pleasure. G, you one of my favorites. I promise you. Anytime this platform is available to you, you want to post, you want whatever, bro. You the broski.
Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Same to you, man. Vic, you the
Hey,
dog since day one, bro. Since
but
day one, man.
shout out Bailey, man.
Bailey, shout out Bailey, bro. He's been rocking with me since I was 14, 15, man. He's been with me a long time. I was over at his mom's house, man, and I was sitting there, was all kicking it, and I started freestyling in his kitchen, and he's like, who the fuck is this guy? And we was probably like 15, 16, and he's been rocking with me ever since, man. Shout out Bailey.
Hey, bro, it's important to have people that believe in you and that's willing to get in the trenches. It's terrible to be in the trenches and look and ain't nobody with you. So, man,
Yeah.
having a day
And
one is real important.
man, it is. You start building that team, you get that army, and you can't, nobody take you over, man. You just do your own shit and you get to go and you go and you grind, and you hustle. Get what you want.
All right, Joe. I'm gonna say congratulations in advance on your biggest single. Ain't no tomorrow. And did I say it right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't no tomorrow. Congratulations on your biggest single. We're gonna speak that into existence in the
I appreciate
2024.
that.
Hey, I know it's gonna be a major year, and I know because I come to Nashville I come to Nashville about twice a year. So hopefully, bro, we'll run into each other.
Hopefully, man, just holler at me when you come down here, man. And hell, we'll go grab a bite to eat, get something to drink or something, man.
All right.
For
Joe,
sure.
appreciate your
Hey,
time.
it's good, mother. You take it easy, boss.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's my homie. That's the big dog. He ain't a little dog. That's the best looking man in the genre of country rap. He's the big dog. Shout out to my guy, Joe Taylor, man. Shout out to my guy, Joe. I called him Joe Taylor because they called him Joe Taylor. Shout out to my guy, Joe Tyler. Hey, man, if y'all ain't checking out his music because your goddamn bills ain't paid, my guy got a single dropping January 19th. Pre-download that joint. Rock with my dude. Sub up to him. All right? It's your boy, Big XL. This is the Country Rap Report. Remember, time is the one thing you cannot get back. And if you spent 1 second rocking with me and my guy, Joe, we love you for that. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Till next time. It's your boy, Big XL. Peace. Appreciate you, Joe.